Hey guys, welcome back. And as you can see, these are the cars I've chosen. All shit cars in this game. An Escalade, a Hummer, and a Mustang rally car. None of which are usually very good. But I'm going to show you that they are good. I end up pulling 4th place on this. First time ever taking 4th. Of course, it's all off-road, so I guess that has something to do with it. At first, I was just going this like, you know what? I don't even fucking care. I'm just gonna fuck around, you know. I'm not even gonna give a shit about what place I get or anything else. But I end up doing pretty good, whether it's by luck or maybe skill or who knows how it happened. But I just after a while I started doing good, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the best I can. At first was thinking, geez, man, that was really stupid. Why did I take these cars? Why did I take these vehicles? Other than just to have fun with them. And they actually turned out being really good. And I've had I put comments in other people's videos that play this game. And I mentioned it like, man, why are these vehicles even in the game if they have no chance of winning? Because I was told, like, especially this Escalade, is like zero chance. Like, you might as well just hold your brakes and quit. And I end up proving them absolutely wrong. This Escalade is actually pretty stable as far as an off-road vehicle goes. It's actually quite stable, and that's pretty useful considering you don't have a whole lot of traction when you're off-road. You can see that guy right there just kind of wiped out. And I'm not even trying to smash into people, bash into people. I'm just trying to hold my line. If they end up getting in my way, well, that's their fault. I'm tired of being a gentleman driver and no one else following suit, So my new attitude toward it is like, you know what? I'm just going to hold my line. If they get in my way, well, that's their problem. You see, you get a couple little fender benders there. Maybe they don't realize they're hitting a Cadillac and, insurance company's going to love it. But yeah, in all seriousness, I'm 3rd place right now. Like 3rd. I'm like, holy crap, that's never happened. And in this piece of crap, this big heavy ass SUV, and I'm 3rd place. Well, now 4th, because the little rally guy's pretty quick. I think that's a Citroen, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Kind of hard to tell when you're going over 100. As long as you touch that little marker on that checkpoint, you're good to go. So I make sure I at least touch that marker. If you don't touch that marker, you got to reset or you got to turn around and hit it again. This Lancer came out of nowhere. That black Lancer just came out of nowhere. Now here's the fun part. This is the Hummer. An old big old heavy Hummer, and as you can see, it's not very quick, and it's very heavy, and it doesn't hold turns very well, and it bounces way too much. But somehow, I don't know how, luck was with me, I guess, and I end up doing really well with it. This next part is kind of shitty. Why'd they put a ramp right there? It just really slows everybody down. But then again, I guess you would fly into the side of the mountain if it wasn't, so I guess there's a reason for it. But I would really like to punch the guy in the face that came up with these courses, because some of the turns and the car swap areas, like right into a wall, it's like, come on, dude, really? Chick, whatever. They still deserve a punch in the face for some of these courses. Ridiculous. As you can see, this thing is just like humming right along, no pun intended. It's actually doing quite well. I'm like, whoa, at this point, I'm like, man, I don't know. Maybe, I'll luck out and pull 9th, maybe, because I'm always expecting to screw up or get pushed into a wall or cheesed out one way or the other. But luckily, that just didn't happen tonight. It was pretty crazy. I learned not to go bouncing over those big hills right there. You lose so much speed. So I try to kind of carve around them, to stay away from jumping as much as possible, because if your wheels ain't on the ground, you're not gaining speed. You're losing speed. So I'm doing my best to conserve my nitrous too. That boost gauge right there, I try to conserve at least half of it. I try not to go into the red, because there's too many times when you need that extra little bump to keep whoever's creeping up on you behind you. And that noise that it makes when you hit that, well, you can hear it when your opponents use it too. So I like to wait until I hear theirs wind out, and then I hit it. That way, they're still behind me. But you don't always, of course, you don't always get that opportunity. This part right here, I thought I was going to lose. I was like, oh no, stop sliding. But luckily that wall was there, and that prevented me from sliding out. Because if you slide too much, you end up losing it. Like right here, I'm like, oh no, for real? And there's my third place is gone. But I'm still in fourth, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. And I start sliding again. I'm like, come on. You know, this must be like the game is against me or something. You know, what the hell? And there was a guy behind me briefly, a Mayito or whatever his name is. There was a guy behind me just recently, and then he just wrecked. And then I took this pink Mustang because I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to win anyway. You know, you got to select your vehicles at the beginning. I was like, yeah, I'm having such a bad run. I'm just going to take whatever. And I never really run this car, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this Mustang just to see. And again, like the Hummer, it surprised the crap out of me. Because the thing is actually pretty stable and it's got pretty good grip for an off-road car. You know, I'm like, whoa, that's not Mustang-like at all. And you can see it, like, actually holds the corners pretty well. I'm like, shit, you know, that I might start using it more often. I try not to hit the walls as much as possible because that is a definite surefire way of losing speed. I try to avoid hitting walls or any obstacles, really. And, like, that's another thing I want to say. The crap they put on the side of the road is bullshit. Like, you'll see these little these field stone walls on the side, and you hit them, and it's just like instant deceleration. It's like, bro, what in the F-uck is going on here? Why the hell is all this garbage on the side of the road? I think there's one coming up, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, these right over here, these little fucking walls. Hit those and it slows you right down. I saw it right there. I'm trying to avoid hitting all that crap. I'm trying to keep my speed up. See where those walls are? It's such a pain. Boom! And it slows you right down. But luckily, there's no one behind me. I kind of thread the needle here in between those trees. I always hold my breath for a second. I'm like, you know, because if I hit that, you know, it's like, shit! And I mentioned this before, but like I said, like, what this game does well, it really does do well. Like, the visuals, you know, driving through a farm and shit, and mud, and, like, I really like it. It's visually entertaining. I really like it. And I really like competitive driving and stuff. And this is just, like, a fluke or whatever, I don't know, but for once, I actually came in a decent place, you know, better than 8th, 9th, 10th, or whatever. And there it is, finish. Like, I was pretty stoked. I was pretty stoked on that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It was a hard race, but a good one for once. And I'll see you guys on the next one. You know, whenever I have some kind of video that I want to make. Thanks.